Hello, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre of Arc Solvers, the number one cybersecurity company in South Florida. And today we are talking about Spotify Music and how they recently reported that 300,000 of their username and passwords were hacked. So if you had a Spotify account, there is a possibility that there was an account breach where hackers were able to gain access to both your username and password. And in many property managers that we deal with, there's your front desk or your lobby or your gym may have a Spotify account. So this is very important to listen to. And also, just in general, if you're here in the 21st century and you listen to music, most likely you either have a free Spotify account or a paid Spotify account. So to get into the details of what exactly happened is actually pretty funny. So between June the 5th and the 21st of this year, 2020, there was a breach. So hackers were able to get into the Spotify account, and then they took that reported 300,000 passwords. So they were holding it, but they didn't do anything with it. And then what happened from there was a hacker hacked into that hacker's account and stole the data. So did you get me? So a hacker broke into Spotify's account. They had the data, they had the passwords. They didn't do anything yet with it. And then a hacker hacked the hacker. So where is the honor among thieves, as they say, right? So and then when that happened, of course, that second hacker, they then put that information in the dark web, and they started to sell it, and a lot of bad things that they did with that. So only until last week is when Spotify announced this hack. So keep that in mind. In June is when this actually took place, and now we're December the 1st today, and they're just now announcing it. So that's a real big problem because roughly 6 months they took to announce public, because there's no laws that actually say they must tell you the next day they find out. They have to investigate. They have to do insurance claims. They have to get a breach coach. How do we tell our customers? What do we do? Do we do a rollout where we reset all the password affected and then tell them? So there's a lot of planning that goes in there, and of course the PR, because it's going to be a PR nightmare. So some of the ways that you could know if your account was hacked are the following. And also this talks about why would a hacker want a Spotify account. If you think about it, it's a service that you probably pay $10, $15 a month. I mean, he's listening to music. Why would a hacker really care about your Spotify? It's not like it's a Bank of America, your Chase or something like that, where it's money. So this was pretty interesting. So so one of the things that hackers do is they will sell that login of Spotify. So maybe someone doesn't want to pay the $10, $15 a month to Spotify, and they want to just pay a one-time fee of $15, and then they're going to be using someone else's account. And now all of a sudden your playlist changes, right? Isn't that pretty bold? Someone is using your account illegally, and then they just decide to create their own playlist. So if you're using Spotify one day and you notice that your playlist is different from what it's normally, then there's a high chance that your account is hacked. Another thing that artists do, and I would imagine this is more of the up and coming artists and not just your everyday artists, is that they actually pay hackers to play their songs so that their songs can become number one, or higher, because as you know, with Spotify, it's a paid service, and they pay pennies to these artists. So the more times the songs are played, A, the artist is going to get more money, and then B, the artist is going to get more notoriety. They're going to start to go up on the playlist and up on the charts. So there's a market for that, where I guess aspiring artists, up and coming artists, struggling artists, whatever you want to call it, they're actually paying hackers to break into these Spotify accounts and I guess create a playlist of themselves, and then you just let the music just play and play and play, and then from there they're hoping that their music starts to get noticed. Another thing that they're doing, which of course is the biggest thing, is they're taking those passwords, and they know the statistics show that 8 out of 10 Americans are reusing the same password. So what they're doing now is they're taking that password that you have for Spotify, and they're now going to take your username, they're going to take your password, they're going to copy and paste, and they're going to go to Amazon, and they're going to go to your banking, and they're going to go to your Office Depot, and every single thing that you may be using for your personal and for your business, and they're going to see if it's a match, because 8 out of 10 people reuse their password. So it was just really interesting. So if you think you got hacked with Spotify, definitely change your password immediately, and also go ahead and notify them. There's also a way that you can check if you go to devices within the Spotify account. It's going to let you know all of the devices that have been registered. So if they downloaded an app on their phone or their computer, Spotify actually does register the devices. But if they just go through the web browser, that's going to be a little different and a little harder to track. So this is just another reason why, although Spotify is more of a consumer and not necessarily for business, but more than likely your employees are using the same password that they're using on their personal side, on their business side. So this is just another reason why you have to create the culture in your business to let your employees know, don't reuse passwords, provide them a password manager. And with the password manager, it will create a password for them, securely store the password, and whenever the employee needs to log into any of their business websites, they just use that specific password. So thank you so much for listening to this video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Everything we do is of no charge, and we're just out to give out information to our community so that you can stay safe. And we'll see you next time with our next topic about how to protect yourself from hackers and everything related to IT. Thank you.